Hotep, Black Power, it's your brother Shaka Sankofa again. Some things I want to discuss with y'all as far as, how, dealing with, first of all, the brother, Ezell Ford, the cracker that killed him was found, he was acquitted of all charges in the murder of brother Ezell Ford. And, this is the shit I'm talking about. Excuse me 1 second. Yeah, back where I was, pardon the interruption, y'all. But, the brother Ezell Ford, the cracker that killed him was found, he was acquitted. And this is the shit I be talking about as far as, we letting these motherfucking crackers, take the lives of our brothers and sisters. And speaking of sisters, shout out to Sandra Bland, Hotep, to the ancestor Sandra Bland and Ayana, the little young sister Ayana, I forgot her last name, but the rest of the queens that were assassinated and executed by these motherfucking crackers. Hotep, Black Power, and peace go to y'all. We down here, some of us are riding for you. But back to the subject. These crackers, and this is the process of what these motherfuckers go through. They have a pick. They'll sit in their motherfucking cars at night. These redneck, right-wing, conservative, motherfucking militia group membership type motherfucking AB brotherhood motherfucking crackers. They'll sit in their car and then they'll pick which brother or sister that they gonna pull over and kill. They gonna actually take their life. When they find the right justification and the right reason to do so. So they go ahead and execute and murder the brother on live television or body cam or whatever they have, which doesn't mean a motherfucking thing, because they gonna beat the shit anyway. They can be caught dead up. And these motherfuckers gonna beat it, and they know that. That's why they have no discrepancy, or don't even use a clandestine method on taking the life of one of these brothers. So they automatically on administrative leave with pay, meaning they didn't kill in their mind they kill a nigga. I can take the kids to Disney World on an all-paid vacation. They come back, they go to court, they get acquitted, but during the time that they are waiting to go to trial, they get millions in donations on the GoFundMe page, and to support, in support of their defense fund. So they already go to court, they done killed the nigga, and automatically became an instant millionaire, just taking the family back from Disney World, because they know niggas ain't gonna do shit. Then they go to court, get acquitted, goes about 3 or 4 therapy sessions, and then here comes the book deal. Then after they get the book deal, then they retire and go on and buy their own syndicated fucking radio talk show and live happily ever after. And that's not the Ku Klux Klan, that's the Blue Klux Klan. The Blue Klux Klan. And this is the shit that goes on every fucking day, man. And I'm about tired of it. I'm about tired of it. Now, let's take a look at what the victim goes through. They may not have had no insurance. They may have been living from paycheck to paycheck. Some of the brothers may have been struggling on hard times, may have just, may have had run-ins with the criminal justice system early on, maybe staying with a queen or with the mother or some or parent, may not have had no life insurance, but when they put a GoFundMe page out, they might get $1,000. Opposed to the cracker You know, now don't think that niggas don't donate to the Crackers GoFundMe page and don't give the victim shit. Don't give the black victim nothing. You know, and they gotta struggle to bury the brother. You know, then go through the humiliation of going to court, having all these different interviews and being on these talk shows and all this bullshit for nothing. You know, and then go to court and be humiliated. You know, the brother's already been murdered, and then the prosecutor, you know, will degrade him even more and uplift the this motherfucking white cracker ass officer. And this shit goes on every day. And the thing that really upsets me is that you motherfucking niggas will sit there, you know, and don't, you know, you'll sit there and talk all this motherfucking gangster shit. And you had none of you motherfuckers, with the exception of Michael Johnson and that other brother in LA, with the exception of them two, none of you motherfuckers have done nothing in terms of being a revolutionary and being a holding your own and keeping your gangster 1000. When it comes to the real enemy, most of you motherfuckers, especially you rappers that rap that shit, you know, and keep these babies in the hood while you live in the suburbs and you still talking about, you know, selling birds and, you know, clapping, and you don't do no motherfucking clapping. You got security team with big giant motherfucking Spanish and Hawaiian motherfucking football players, you know, to guard your motherfucking punk ass. You know, but you'll go in the studio and listen to the white Jew boy who was a motherfucking faggot, you know, talk you into rapping to keep your little brothers and your nephews and your cousins and your neighbors in the motherfucking hood. You know, and then you went in a war for that, talking about, you know, pissing on young girls and all this shit. You got motherfuckers like Rick Ross. Cause see, they never gonna tell their real age, cause they're always older than what the media puts out. You know, Rick Ross is about 50 years old. You know, and he takes pictures with little motherfucking young girls 20 years old. You know, young girls 20 years old. He taking pictures with them and all this shit with no shirt on, with them big motherfucking titties hanging down, wobbling and shit all over the place. You know, he ain't too much different from a motherfucking pedophile. Then they make all these motherfucking derogatory motherfucking rap songs, get a motherfucking Grammy for it, and guess what they do when they go up and get their award? They thank God with a cross around their neck of a motherfucking peckerwood motherfucking cracker Christ, you know, same one you got on your album cover when you tatted up, you know, holding all these motherfucking hammers and choppers and all this shit. For who? People that look like you. You look like a goddamn fool, man. Making an album about killing your brother and your sister. Haven't you heard of 6 degrees of separation, nigga? We only 6 people, every 6 person you're related to. Stupid ass nigga. You know, and that's why it gets under my skin when I hear, you know, you motherfucking, you know, I call you fappers, you know, fake rappers. When I hear you fappers, you know, all on the radio, you know, in the strip club, making these teenage girls do all types of shit, you know. But next time, this is for you motherfucking, this is for you niggas who go in the strip club. Next time you want a queen sit on your lap, just act like it's your mother. Just act like your mother is bouncing her wrinkled ass, her big wrinkled ass up and down on somebody else. So you don't like that. You don't like if somebody say that about your mother. You know. And she got her pamper on and somebody smacking her on her ass, telling her to bounce, you know, while she grabbing, you know, 3 and 4 motherfucking dicks, talking about she gotta pay bills. You know, she trying to get hers. She's an opportunist. You know, she down with Nicki Minaj. Picture your mother saying all that shit. You know, oh no, it can't go down like that, but it can go down when you doing somebody else's little sister or daughter. You know, and then you got these niggas like what's his name, O'Shea, Duke Jackson. You know, these big lip, you know, bucket nose, pug nose, motherfucking self-hating niggas who all they do is get on social media just to get hits. So you'll deliberately say some shit to go against your own people just so you can get some hits. And that's a sign of a motherfucker that doesn't get any attention in society. He's unknown, unwanted, unthought about, unrecognized, unnoticed, unheard of, and undercover. Faggot. You know, just like white supremacy, we gotta fight negativity. You know, it's the same shit. You know, same shit. You know what I'm saying? You know, we just have to wake up. You know, I'm just you know, thinking about the some of the things I wrote down, some of the things that you know, need to be brought to the table in terms of what we have to do as a people. You know, I've talked about substance abuse, you know, certain addictions, you know, certain entertainers, you know, things that go on in the street, you know, the so-called conscious community, and what we have to do as a people, you know, because economic sanctions should be the start of it. Economic sanctions, boycott Thanksgiving, Christmas, and the 4th of July. Take that money, put it together, build one city at a time. One black self-supporting city at a time. And when I say that, we buy our own police, we buy our own fire department, we buy our own politicians, and we have our own black-owned stores. You know, it's going to take some time, but we can begin, you know, the construction of it. One city at a time. You know, and we will be prosperous within a 10 to 15 year period. We won't have to worry. It wouldn't even matter who's in office, because we will have our own that cannot be taken away from us. Right now, you think because you got some bread stacked up and you living pretty good, that can't be taken away from you. The same way, who gave it to you? You say you earned it. We're not talking about if you earned it or not. Every person of color on this planet has earned something, whether it's hereditary or whether it's through their own personal sacrifices. You know, but yeah, you may have earned it, but who gave it to you? Because the same motherfucker that gave it to you can take it back. You know, and you got to keep that up front. You know, and some of you slaves, you love being on Facebook, you love being in social media and on television, flashing all your motherfucking toys and, you know, shitting all over your people. You know, making them feel like shit, making them feel like they're less than because they don't have anything. And you got more, you stacks and stacks of money. You take pictures with money up to your goddamn neck, stacks of money, which is a sign of fear. Because why would you take all your money out of the bank and take a picture with it if in the back of your mind it wouldn't occur to you that one day you may not have it? So it's best you take a picture of it now as a token of remembrance. You know, so, you know, that's fear. You know, and that's also stupidity. Because anybody in their right mind is not going to sit up there and take a picture with all their money. You know, with all their money. You know, why would you reveal what you have? What's the purpose of showing everybody that anyway? For what? Your insecurities? How much of a bitch that you are for real? So, you know, it's just those type of things that we gotta really understand and we really have to combat and deal with before, it gets too late, because at some point, you know, um, we're gonna have to, hunker down, and work as a unit, work as one. Otherwise it's not gonna work. Otherwise we're not gonna make it. It has to be um, some things put in place for our economic security. For the generations to come. Because they're thinking about yourself, and those days are over. You can't just be thinking about yourself. Hold on. Yeah, I'm back. Those things have to be, economics. Our economic situations, all these things, our economic security, our financial securities have to be intact. And that's the process of us, on the road to our own liberation and salvation. Liberation, for those who are slow, liberation means free. And not just physically free. We're not under the bondage and the chains and shackles economically, financially, morally, spiritually, physically, mentally, emotionally, and we're no longer practicing, the sides that has destroyed us for the last 50 to 100 years. Suicide, homicide, fratricide, genocide. And these, we have to really, really, hunker down. And we, that's why it's so important that we change the way that we think. We change our diets. We begin to exercise so we can think better. So our attention spans can become more longer, and we can strengthen our minds, strengthen our hearts. Drop these religions and become spiritual. To the point where you love everything that resembles you. And once we get to that level, and then that's basically heaven. That's basically heaven. And see, the reason that we don't make an all-out effort to try to acquire that is because we don't believe that. We actually don't believe that. We don't believe that because we can't see ourselves being in that state of mind, and that state of being, that state of presence. But it's right there within our fingertips, within the grips of our fingertips. It's right there. We just have to want it bad enough to make the necessary sacrifices to acquire that. Without all the bullshit, without all the cooning, without all the timing, without all the trading, without all the backstabbing. Begin to have trust in self, which will ultimately lead to you having trust in your brothers and sisters. And then we'll be able to link arm in arm, and stand straight up. Not walking bent over, standing straight up. Standing upright on the square. And we can walk and retrieve what is rightfully ours. From the blood, sweat, and tears, and labor, and the murder, and the execution, and the genocide of our ancestors. That is necessary for us to stand up for them and represent them and take back what is ours, what is rightfully ours. Fair exchange is no robbery. But robbery is when there is no exchange. And we gotta really, understand who we are. Put down the BET. Put down the motherfucking Xbox. Put down the motherfucking blunts for a minute. All that, I smoke so I can, I can think better. I can see up in the quasars and the galaxies. And yeah, put that shit down for a minute. Think for a minute. And then another thing, when it comes to that, stop trying to glorify smoking weed, but you condemn everything else because you don't do the other shit, so you condemn it. That is so fucking selfish. A drug is a drug. Like I said in a previous video clip that, all drugs prior to the process of it becoming a narcotic was a medicine. It was a plant. Cocaine was a plant. Heroin was a plant. Peyote cactus, all that stuff were plants. And then the process of it makes it a narcotic. And it's the same with marijuana. Just because it still remains in the physical plant form doesn't mean that it's still a plant on a medicinal level. To some degree it is, but not totally, because that shit is treated and put with chemicals. Because a lot of marijuana give you the same effects as crack cocaine does. I've never seen anybody smoke weed and they become, they look like they on coke, from smoking weed. Real marijuana give you the fucking munchies. You eat all day. This shit had motherfuckers, running down the street with their shirts off and, out in front of 7-Eleven bumming change and all hours of the night, doing all types of shit, sleeping with fags, all types of motherfucking shit, man. Same shit as that crack does. And not now everybody it doesn't affect everybody the same. Because like I said, anything you do in moderation will not be harmful to you. Because you have some people, they may, blaze maybe once a week or whatever, and then you have the extremists, the motherfuckers that don't work, that want to play Xbox all day and eat fucking Captain Crunch and all that shit laying around their mother's house, not thinking about shit, watching motherfucking BT and, listening to fucking Lil Wayne and Meek Mill all motherfucking day with nothing on their goddamn minds, in a state of mental retardation. That's the extremist aspect of it. But any of those plants before the chemical process of it makes it a narcotic, is a medicine. Now now they have medicinal marijuana that people smoke that have cancer and cataract and things of that nature, and it's very helpful to them because they're taking it and using it as a medicine for medicinal purposes. And you're not going if you leave medicinal marijuana is just marijuana that hasn't been treated with all these psychochemicals and and paint thinner and all that type of shit that they put on there to bring it to create an addictive mind. And while it's still in the medicinal form, it does wonders. At the same time, you still get the euphoric feeling, but you'll be, it's addressing certain issues and discrepancies that's going on within the body. So those are just some of the things that we just need to work on. And it actually needs immediate attention. But first of all, the economic sanctions is extremely important. Because we'll never get nowhere. In the mindset that we in. When you see brothers and sisters walking down the street with a $500 jacket on, Helly Hansen jacket on, $200 LeBron James shoes on, with no place to live, no vehicle to drive, and just walking up and down the street, trying to sell $10 bags of crack, with a handgun, thinking that shit is slick. So that's why I say BET has to be cut out. Because where did you get that idea from? You got that from the movies. You know, you've been tricked into thinking that that's what's going on, that's what's happening, and that's what's cool, to kill your brother, poison your community by any means, so that you could personally look good and eat, while everybody else starves and dies. You know, and that's white supremacy. That's the white supremacy in its lowest form. You know, and you know, I hear a lot of people, you know, they still on this Donald Trump bullshit. You know, these crackers not doing nothing. You know, they're doing everything that they're supposed to be doing. They're not doing nothing out of order. A cracker's supposed to look out for crackers. A white supremacist is supposed to practice white supremacy. And it's not Trump. Trump is just a real estate broke tycoon and a motherfucking hustler and a gambler. That's how he acquired the money that he got through his grandfather and father and them, who were nothing but, you know, racist pimps and, you know, the degrading motherfucking crackers that, you know, got rich off the blood of niggas. You know, particularly in boxing in Atlantic City. You know. But it's not Trump. It's Pence, Sessions, Giuliani. You know, Uncle Ben Carson. You know, that type. That's the team that he has. You know, these are, you know, starch racists. You know, that are ready to implement a 1957 mindset to crackers in the United States of America. That's what Trump said. He wants to bring the good old days back. He wants America back again. He's talking about 1957. 2 years after, 3 years after the Supreme Court decision, Brown versus Board of Education, and you know, the Little Rock 9 and all of those Supreme Court decisions, you know, separate but equal. That's the mindset that he is trying to impose into white America, and these crackers love it. You know, and then you have these liberals who play like they're anti-Trump, but the only reason they're anti-Trump because Trump doesn't buy into, you know, that LGBT shit. Because all these so-called white liberals is nothing but motherfucking white fags and bull daggers. That's all. Motherfucking Ellen DeGenerate and, you know, Rosie O'Donnell and all these motherfucking, you know, these celebrity motherfucking dykes, you know, and all these motherfucking newscasters, you know, fucking white homosexual newscasters, you know, that are promoting this liberal, you know, democratic motherfucking regime, you know, to go against Trump and the motherfucking Republicans. You see, the average person, when they hear the word Republican, the first thing they think is racism. When America is a republic. Because, you know, black people, and I have to tell y'all motherfuckers, man, y'all the most ignorant, slowest motherfuckers when it comes to world news and political news. You at zero. You know zilch. Some of y'all don't even know how to even spell Trump. Oh, Trump, he got me, Trump. Them niggas Trump, he Trump. You know, sound like a goddamn slave. And that's the mindset that they want you to be in, where you're not concerned with world news, you know, world events, political updates. You know, a lot of people don't know anything about the cabinet, the Senate, the House, you know, the electoral votes, you know, from Palestine, Israel, you know, Menachem and Begin and all the Palestinian regimes, all the Palestinians that were murdered by these motherfucking Israel, these Zionist motherfucking Jews, these Zionist white Jews that we always try to compromise and play like all of them are not like that. Now here you got some crackers talking about they the chosen motherfucking people. Get the fuck out of here. You know, and then you got niggas talking about, you know, everything in the Bible is true. That God ordained slavery. How could you fix your mouth to say some shit like that? If you gotta, if the God you believe in is so loving and all powerful and all this, you know, then why would that God put the original people of the planet and kill almost 100 million of them? And you have the nerve to say, you know, that was God ordained that. Well, if that's the case, let the cracker kill your ass. And see if God ordained that. And that's the backwards thinking that we have. You know, we fucked up, man. We fucked up. Hold on 1 second, brothers, sisters. Yes, yeah, I'm back, y'all. Yeah, and in closing, I just want to say, give a hotep and give a peace out to my brother who made his transition, you know, a little over a month ago. Brother was very, very powerful, very spiritual brother. You know, brother Melvin Short. You know, we say hotep black power to you, brother. You know, you were one of my close friends, and you know, I believe, you know, you left before your time. You know, I believe that there was some things laid out for you, mission for you to fulfill. That your mission wasn't complete by no means of no stretch of the imagination. You know, so and as always, my chief of staff, brother Harris Abdul, you know, and you know, all my relatives, you know, that made their transitions, you know, our ancestors, mother and father-in-law, my father, all my cousins, all the brothers and sisters, you know, that you know, made an early ascension, you know. Always remember, Shaka's always thinking about you. You know, my energy. You know, I ride for you all. You know, I'm standing up for you all. I'm repping you all. I'm doing the best I can while I'm out here, you know, on the forefront of the battlefield, behind enemy lines. You know, I'm doing it. You know, brother Woods, brother Marvin Harden, hang in there. You getting ready to come home soon, brother. You know. And it's gonna be on. You know, as always, to all the queens out here. You know, Queen Nzinga, you know, Queen Eve, Queen Terry, Queen Zulene, you know, Kia, Courtney, Titi, Brenda, Nikki, Denidra, Annette, Brooke, Blair. You know, Sharon, you know, all of the queens, all of the strong sisters, you know, that Shaka's energy is always with you all. But one thing I do, you know, I'm about the truth. You know, I'm not going to tell you, you know, what you want to hear. I'm going to tell you what you need to hear, you know, and I have to be clear with that, you know. You know, take some time, you know, to think about the things that I've been telling you, things that I've been saying. You know, stand up, stand all the way up. You know, it's in you like it's in me. You know, use it, use, stand up, elevate yourself to your God frequency. You know, walk in the footsteps of your ancestors. The people that died, were lynched, took beating for you. You know, just for you. Just for you. You know, those known and unknown. You know, stand all the way up. You know, make your mark here. You know, be a force to be reckoned with. Don't be afraid of this motherfucking devil. You know, stand up to this motherfucker. I've always done that. I didn't become radical and a revolutionary and a freedom fighter and a black liberator overnight. I've always been like this. It always has been in me. I just had to go through different phases in life and encounter different situations. You know, a lot of harmful, hurtful things that I had to endure, you know, to get to this point. You know, and here I rise today. You know, 100% man. No artificial ingredients whatsoever motherfucking ever. Please believe that. And I know most of y'all know that. You know, my history records my greatness, and my greatness is my history. I am the baddest motherfucker and the realest motherfucker that I know. You know, and I keep it gangsta all motherfucking day. And I want you to do the same. Be the best motherfucker that you can be. Stand up. Black Power.